Hi everybody, I'm Jake. I make RPG supplements and videos about Pathfinder 2, or PF2. I love PF2, and the Pathfinder Player Core 2 just came out. As all of you know, there are so many things that are a little tweaked that there's no way I'm going to be able to hit all of them. But I'm telling you about the most important stuff. I'm going to cover all the classes, because I gotta. Because, I mean, even if it's just nothing changed here except this, I'm going to cover all the classes. And I'm going to cover all the versatile heritages. I don't know if I'm going to cover all the ancestries, but we'll see along the way how far we get. And if you have any specific requests, like, let me know in the comments, and I can do that. So, Alchemist, obviously. Most of the basic stuff, like the basic things that every character has, didn't change. Like, some people want martial weapons or something, that didn't change. It's not happening. So, there are two major changes in alchemy. As an alchemist, you have a formula book. That's the same. Everybody has one. Great. So, advanced alchemy, it's no longer your intelligence modifier plus your level in infused reagents. It's 4 plus your intelligence modifier in alchemical items. So it's about half, because the infused reagents gave you double, and this is just alchemical items. So, like, let's say that you were 4th level. That would have given you 4 plus your intelligence modifiers, so say 4 again, because that's what you're going to do, because you max out the best stats that you have. So that's 8. You would have had 8 infused reagents, which would have given you 16 items. For this, if you're 4th level, or any level, it's 4 plus intelligence modifier, so you'd have 8, but it wouldn't be infused reagents, it would just be items. So yes, they nerfed how many items you can make per day, but they also gave you things that you can create throughout the day. So versatile vials is a new thing. As you can see on the screen, if you're looking, there's a chart about how they automatically advance, and the versatile vials as a base does acid damage. But each of the subclasses, the research fields, have a different specialization for changing how the versatile vial works. Like the bomber can change it from acid to electricity, fire, or cold, I think? We'll get there in a sec. And the surer, again, just heals people with them. Anyway, so you can use your versatile vials feature as bombs. Normally, you get a number of these up to a max of 2 plus your intelligence modifier. There are feats that change these, by the way. You can manipulate these a little bit. So for every 10 minutes you spend in exploration mode, you regain 2 of these vials. That's spending time in exploration mode, just doing other shit. So it's not like focusing where you have to take time out and meditate. You just are doing other things and you get these vials back. So these are sort of like focus points. These 2 plus intelligence modifier, 6, is going to be 6, or maybe 7 eventually. These 6 versatile vials you'll get back periodically throughout the day. And they're usually going to be used as bombs, but they can be used for different things like healing. Now, not only are there the advanced alchemy crafting alchemical items per day, and the versatile vials that you can get back throughout the day, and there's no limit to how many times you can get those back. There's also quick alchemy, which as an alchemist, you also get at 1st level. So quick alchemy, I'm going to read to you because it's different. It's just a little bit different. All right. Quick alchemy, I'm going to read because it's very different, and it's based on the versatile vials. So you have to have knowledge of the versatile vials first. So quick alchemy, it takes 1 action. It has the manipulate trait. Requirements: you're either holding or wearing an alchemist's toolkit and you have a free hand. You can either use up a versatile vial, the thing that you have like 6 of that come back during the day, to make another alchemical consumable at a moment's notice, or create an especially short-lived versatile vial. Any effect created by an item made with quick alchemy that would have a duration longer than 10 minutes lasts for 10 minutes instead. So there are 2 different options. The first is create consumable. You expend 1 of your versatile vials to create a single alchemical consumable item of your level or lower that's in your formula book. You don't have to spend the normal monetary cost in alchemical raw materials or need to attempt a crafting check. This item has the infused trait, but it remains potent only until the start of your next turn. It says also, as normal, you need only one formula for an item to create any level of that item. So that's an alternate use of your versatile vials. So you can turn these bombs that you have like 6 times per day, or until you refocus-ish to get them back. You can turn them into whatever the hell else you want that's a consumable alchemical item. Now the second option is Quick Vial. You create a versatile vial that can be used only as a bomb or for the versatile vial option from your research field. It can't be used to create a consumable, for example. This item has the infused trait, but it remains potent only until the end of your current turn. Remember, the requirements for Quick Alchemy is you're holding or wearing an Alchemist toolkit and you have a free hand. It doesn't say that you have to have any reagents available or any versatile vials available to use Quick Vial. So with Quick Vial, you can just create a versatile vial with one action that's a bomb or one of your specialties for your research field, which for the Shuriken is healing, and for the others apply to those. So you essentially have infinite alchemical items as long as it's either a bomb or your specialization. And you have 6 versatile vials that you can change into consumables that you can get back all of those 6 throughout the day multiple times. So in essence, they reduced the number of total alchemical items you can have per day overall by half, and then gave you a bunch of shit that replenishes throughout the day, including like basically infinite bombs or infinite healing potions. So overall, I see this as a direct upgrade and sort of making it easier for a newbie to choose what to do on their turn. Like, if you don't know anything else, what's your specialization? You make one of those. Can you use it? That kind of thing. Or throw it as a bomb. No matter what, you always have a bomb you can throw. That's cool. A couple brief things to mention as you level. At 15th level, you have Alchemical Weapon Mastery. It gives you master proficiency in simple weapons, alchemical bombs, and unarmed attacks. So, cool. Also, at 17th level, you're permanently quickened. You can use the extra action only to use Quick Alchemy to create a quick vial. You can create only one vial with this action, even if you have Double Brew or a similar ability. Double Brew is a 9th level thing. It's the same thing as an old version of the Alchemist. Each of the research fields is more clearly laid out and gets specific benefits that other in previous to Player Core 2, previous to the remaster, I guess, would have been a feat or just didn't exist. So I'm going to read you each research field. If you don't want to hear the research fields and you want to skip right to the feats that are new, because there's a lot of them, skip to this time. Cool. See you there. So research fields. Each of the research fields I'm going to read have subheadings, and each of those subheadings have specific meanings now in Player Core 2. So when it says formulas, you add these formulas to your formula book at first level in addition to your other formulas. So like each one gives you special like bombs or healing potions. Field benefit. Your studies and experiments taught you a specific technique which varies widely from one field to another. Field vials. This ability modifies how you can use versatile vials. Field discovery, advanced vials, greater field discovery. Those are later in levels. The remaining entries list your field's benefits for class features you gain at higher levels, including the level at which you typically gain them in parentheses. Bomber. You specialize in explosions and other violent reactions. Obviously. Formulas. 2 common first level alchemical bombs. Field benefit. When throwing an alchemical bomb with the splash trait, you can choose to deal splash damage to only your primary target instead of the usual splash area. Great. Obvious benefit. Field vials. When you strike with a versatile vial, you can choose to have it deal cold, electricity, or fire damage instead of acid damage. I already mentioned that one. I know that's cheating. Field discovery. At 5th level. You have calculated all the angles to maximize a bomb's splash. When you throw an alchemical bomb with the splash trait, you can cause the bomb to deal splash damage equal to your intelligence modifier, minimum 1, instead of the normal amount. Cool. So no matter what, you can get splash damage through equal to your intelligence modifier, which can trigger weaknesses. Good. 11th level, advanced vials. You can mix special ingredients into your vials, such as magical dust or flakes of precious minerals. When you create a versatile vial, you can choose to have it treated as one special material of your choice, chosen from adamantine, cold iron, or dawn silver. If you're wearing or wielding an item of a different precious metal when you make the vial, you can choose that material instead. Greater field discovery, 13th. You can increase the splash on your bombs to damage creatures within 10 feet or 15 feet if you have expanded splash. Like, the things that interest me most are the things under 5th level. So those are the ones I'm going to talk more about. Sure, again, you concentrate on healing others with alchemy. Formulas. 2 common 1st level alchemical elixirs with a healing trait like Lesser Antidote, Lesser Anti-Plague, or Minor Elixir of Life. Sorry, my inner gnome was coming out there. Field benefit. You can use your proficiency rank in crafting for anything that requires a proficiency rank in medicine, such as prerequisites, and use your crafting modifier in place of your medicine modifier for all medicine checks. That's awesome! I'm very happy about that for all medicine checks. Great. Makes perfect sense, too. Field vials. Your versatile vials can be used to heal a living creature a number of hit points equal to the vial's initial damage. A creature can drink the vial for this benefit, or you can throw the vial at a willing creature within 20 feet as an interact action to heal that creature. I don't know why it matters that they're willing. Like, if your enemy says, no, don't you dare throw that at me, it's still a healing potion. Like, what's a healing bomb? Why would it matter if they're willing? Nope, that doesn't make any sense. Whatever. In either case, a vial used this way loses the acid and splash traits and gains the coagulant and healing traits plus the elixir trait if a creature drinks it. Have you ever noticed how fun it is to say coagulant? Field discovery. 5th, your medicinal elixirs are quite fortifying. When a creature drinks an infused elixir with the healing trait that you have created, that creature gains a number of temporary hit points equal to your intelligence modifier, at minimum 0, should be 1. These temporary hit points last for 1 minute. Fucking awesome! Advanced vials. 11th, when you use a field vial to heal a creature that has half its maximum hit points or fewer, the coagulant trait doesn't apply to that healing. Okay. Greater field discovery. 13th, when you use quick alchemy to create any type of elixir of life, the creature healed by the item regains the maximum hit points possible instead of rolling to determine the number of hit points regained. Great. You kind of need that at 13th. That's fine. Mutagenist. You focus on bizarre mutagenic transformations that sacrifice one aspect of a creature's physical or psychological being in order to strengthen another. I'm looking at you, Nimue. Formulas. 2 common 1st level alchemical mutagens. Field benefit. When you use a mutagen, you gain a number of temporary hit points equal to your intelligence modifier, minimum 0, plus half your level. That's neat. These temporary hit points last for 1 minute or until your mutagen's duration expires, whichever comes first. You can't gain temporary hit points from drinking mutagen again for 1 minute. Fine. Field vials. You can drink the contents of one... I hate typos. Field vials. You can drink the contents of one of your versatile vials to suppress the drawback you take from one mutagen currently affecting you until the beginning of your next turn. Okay, that's nice as an option. It's not going to matter most of the time, because you're not going to spend an action to do it. A vial used this way loses the acid, bomb, and splash traits and gains the elixir traits. God, I hope so. If you have more than one drawback due to combine elixirs or similar ability, drinking the vial suppresses one drawback of your choice. Field discovery at 5th. The mutagens flowing through your blood have altered your body chemistry. When you roll a fortitude save while affected by a mutagen and dislike the result, you can end the effect of the mutagen to re-roll the save. It's a fortunate effect. That's great. Advanced vials. 11th. When you drink one of your field vials, you also gain resistance to physical damage for the same duration. The resistance is equal to half your level. Greater field discovery at 13th. If you imbibe another mutagen while you are under the effects of a mutagen, you can gain the benefits and the drawbacks of both mutagens at once, despite the fact that they both have the polymorph trait and would not normally function together. It's always safest to mix potions inside your own body. That's the best idea. If you come under the effects of any further mutagens while benefiting from 2 mutagens, you lose the benefit of one of the former mutagens of your choice while retaining the drawbacks of all the mutagens. Okay. If you are under the effects of 2 mutagens and you come under the effect of a non-mutagen polymorph effect, you lose the benefits of the mutagens while retaining the drawbacks of both. Your field vial benefit applies to one mutagen of your choice. Could that be more wordy? I don't think it could. Toxicologist. I like the feats that they gave the alchemist for poisons, so this is a good choice for the research field. Toxicologist. You specialize in toxins and venoms of all types. Formulas. 2 common 1st level alchemical poisons. Duh. Field benefit. You can apply an injury poison you're holding to a weapon or piece of ammunition you're wielding as a single action rather than as a 2-action activity. In addition, you flexibly mix acidic and poisonous alchemical compounds. Your infused poisons can affect creatures immune to poison. That's awesome. A creature takes acid damage instead of poison damage from your infused poisons if either the creature is immune to poison or that would be more detrimental to the creature, as determined by the GM. Typically, this benefit applies when the creature has an immunity, resistance, or weakness to one of the damaging types. Yeah. Field Vials. Your versatile vials, remember this is still first level, your versatile vials have the poison trait and deal poison damage instead of having the acid trait and dealing acid damage, though your field benefit still applies. You can apply the contents of a versatile vial to a weapon or piece of ammunition as an injury poison. Add the versatile vial's initial damage to the first successful strike with that weapon or ammunition. The substance becomes inert at the end of your current turn. So it's only for you to attack people with. But you don't have many weapon proficiencies, and this doesn't give you any. So I'm betting people are going to archetype into something that gives you weapon proficiencies, like, I don't know, fighter. I know I hate fighter, but it's useful to utilize for all it's worth, like weapon proficiencies. Field Discovery, 5th. You have handled enough poisons to become inured to their effects. You gain poison resistance equal to half your level. Cool, it's not a feat anymore. Great. Well, actually, you just don't have to take the feat anymore. Advanced Vials, 11th. When you damage a creature with a versatile vial you've used as an injury poison, that creature takes persistent poison damage equal to the vial's splash damage in addition to the initial damage. Greater Field Discovery, 13th. When a creature fails its initial saving throw against an infused injury poison you created, the wound sprays poison onto another creature adjacent to it. That's awesome. The attacker who caused the injury chooses which creature, if there's more than one, and can choose to forego this effect. That creature is exposed to the poison. The second creature doesn't spread the poison further. Oh, I know. Too bad. But I guess it makes sense. It's a little bit more balanced. If you would like to skip directly to the multiclass archetype for Alchemist, click this time here. Just go to the time, slide little bar, go to that time, over there. Okay, so I'm not going over old feats, just new feats. If you're looking at the screen, the new feats are highlighted, so you can read along with me, or just, like, look at it and turn off the volume, because maybe I'm annoying. That could be. Alright, so new feats. Soothing Vials. Wait a moment. Yeah, okay. So first new feat. Soothing Vials. Level 1 feat. Prerequisites. Churgan Research Field. I know it's probably pronounced chirurgeon. I hate that. It's just weird. I'd rather say something close to surgeon. The healing chemicals in your versatile vials also help calm a patient's mind. When a living creature affected by a mental effect regains hit points from one of your versatile vials, it can immediately attempt a new will saving throw to end one mental effect of its choice. It gains a +1 item bonus to the saving throw. Fucking cool. Because they just get a new save. It's not even fortune. Great. Second level. Clotting Elixirs. Your restorative concoctions have a clotting effect on the drinker's blood. When a living creature drinks an infused elixir with the healing trait that you have created, it can immediately attempt a DC 10 flat check to remove any persistent bleed damage. Kind of a must-take if you are going to be the group's healer. Like, kind of important. Yeah, it might not always matter, but, like, 4d6 persistent bleed damage can happen, or critical persistent bleed damage. Like, that can really matter. Yes, hello. I love you too. Just wait. I'll give you treats later. I know. After this is going to be a while. Next feat, level 2. Improvise Admixture. It's 1 action. Concentrate. Manipulate traits. Frequency once per day. Requirements. You have fewer than your maximum number of versatile vials, and you're either holding or wearing an alchemist's toolkit. You scrounge together enough ingredients from what's left in your alchemist's toolkit to produce a few more versatile vials on the fly. Attempt a crafting check. The DC is usually a standard difficulty DC for your level, but the GM can assign a different DC based on the circumstances, blah blah blah. The number of vials you regain depends on the result of your check up to your maximum. Critical success, you regain 3 versatile vials. This is just awesome. As an action, you can get 3 of your vials back in mid-combat if you want. This is important for some people, but for others it's necessary. Success, you regain 2 versatile vials. Failure, you regain 1 versatile vial. Critical failure, you don't regain any versatile vials. So as long as you don't roll a critical failure, you get something back. Not everybody's going to need this, but I'll get to it later. Some people definitely need it. Next new feat, Pernicious Poison. It's an additive, level 2 feat. You can add a toxic additive to an alchemical poison to make it splash poison on its target. A poison with this additive deals an amount of poison damage equal to the poison's level if the target succeeds at its initial saving throw against it. Cool. A target that critically succeeds at a saving throw against this poison still takes no damage. Jerks. So it allows you to still hurt things that save against your poisons. Cool. Next new feat. Invigorating Elixir, level 4. It's an additive trait. You can mix an aromatic salve into an elixir with the healing trait to soothe physical maladies. In addition to its normal effects, the elixir can be imbibed by a creature prevented from doing so, such as a second creature, or a creature with no mouth. In addition to its other effects, the elixir attempts to counteract an effect imposing one of the following conditions of the imbiber's choice: clumsy, enfeebled, sickened, or stupefied. Use half your level rounded up for the counteract rank and your class DC -10 for the counteract modifier. The imbiber is then temporarily immune to the effects of this additive for 10 minutes. The additive can't counteract curses, diseases, or conditions that are part of the creature's normal state. So what? That's awesome. It's 4th level feat. It's great. Probably my favorite new alchemist feat is next. Regurgitate Mutagen. Of course it is. Takes 1 action. Has the manipulate trait requirements. You are under the effects of a mutagen. You redirect a mutagen within your body to spit a stream of stomach acid at a foe. A creature within 30 feet takes 1d6 acid damage for every 2 levels you have, with a basic reflex save against your class DC. On a failure, the creature is also sickened 1 or sickened 2 on a critical failure for obvious reasons. The mutagen's duration immediately ends. Yes, I would like to vomit my mutagen on my enemies, because I'm almost done with it. Why not? Oh, come on. Next new feat. Level 6, Fortified Elixirs. Your treatments for diseases and poisons can be very efficacious, though they tend not to last long. A creature that is under the effect of an infused antidote or anti-plague that you created can choose to re-roll a failed fortitude saving throw against an appropriate affliction, poison for antidote and disease for anti-plague. The creature doesn't gain the elixir's usual item bonus to the reroll, and after the reroll, the elixir's duration immediately ends. This is a fortune effect. This is great. I told my players that I wish elixirs that were like antidotes or anti-plagues just let you reroll it, or end it. Like, giving you a bonus for future rolls is useful, yes, but not nearly as cool as this. Here, drink this. You're fine now. Seems like magic in a bottle. You can drink slurpily. It's okay. Next new feat, 8th level, Alter Admixture. Has the exploration trait requirements. You are holding or wearing an alchemist toolkit. Sometimes you need to adapt your alchemical mixtures to new situations. In a process that takes 10 minutes, you change an item you created with advanced alchemy, so at the beginning of the day, into a similar item. You can change an alchemical bomb into another type of alchemical bomb, an elixir into another type of elixir, or a poison into another type of poison. If it's unclear whether 2 alchemical consumables are similar, the GM decides. You must know the formula for the new item, and the new item must be of the same or lower item level than the original item. The new item still keeps the infused trait, and it remains potent as long as the original item would have. For a full alchemist, this is just really safeguard, like, against GM surprising you with some bullshit. It could be very necessary if you have unpredictable GMs like me. Well, yeah, there's a time guy that just comes out of nowhere. Start chatting with you. Next new feat, Improved Invigorating Elixir. Level 8. Prerequisites, Invigorating Elixir. Duh. Choose physical invigoration or mental invigoration, and add the listed conditions to those you can choose for an invigorating elixir you create to counteract. Physical invigoration, blinded, deafened, drained, paralyzed, and slowed. Mental invigoration, confused, controlled, fleeing, frightened, paralyzed, and slowed. So both are paralyzed and slowed, okay. Special, you can select this feat a second time to choose a different type of invigoration and add its options to those you can choose. This is great. This system really thrives on conditions. Like just spreading conditions. Conditions for everybody. This is important. Next new feat, Mutant Physique, level 8. Now, you're going to recognize part of this from an old feat, but it's overall new. Basic mutagens that affect your physical form can bring out the beast within you, turn you nigh invincible, or make your body more elastic. While you're affected by one of the listed mutagens, you get an additional benefit. Bestial mutagen. You gain the mutagen's item bonus to your intimidation checks. In addition, you increase the damage die size of your claws and jaws by 1 step, and they gain the deadly D10 trait. That's awesome. Juggernaut mutagen. You gain resistance to all physical damage equal to half your level. Fuck yes! Quicksilver mutagen. You can stretch your legs and step up to 10 feet, and you can squish and compress your body, allowing you to make it through tight spaces as if you were one size smaller, in addition to any effect from squeezing. That's just neat. Special, if you can be under the effects of multiple mutagens, with the mutagenist greater field discovery, for example, you get all relevant benefits. Hell yes. Great feat. Next new feat, 10th level Advanced Efficient Alchemy. This really just applies to how the basic Advanced Alchemy works now, so of course it's new. Prerequisites: Efficient Alchemy. You make an even larger batch of alchemical items each morning, increase the maximum number of items you can create with Advanced Alchemy to 8 plus your intelligence modifier, instead of the last feat that was level 4 that allowed you to do 6 plus your intelligence modifier, or to 10 plus your intelligence modifier if you're 16th level or higher. Cool. I don't actually think this is necessary. Not for main class alchemists. We'll get to the multi-class after this. Next new feat, level 12, Supreme Invigorating Elixir. It's like the Invigorating Elixir, but it has sour cream. Prerequisites: Invigorating Elixir. For the purposes of counteracting effects with Invigorating Elixirs, treat your level as though it were 2 higher. Add the listed conditions to those you can choose for an Invigorating Elixir you create to counteract: Petrified and Stunned. Cool. You can also choose a disease regardless of what, if any, conditions it imposes. Awesome. Really good. Sure. Cool. I don't know. I like potions. I'm not saying this is crap. It's good. It's useful. I'm glad it exists. Next new feat, Double Poison. It's like a double rainbow, but reversed. Level 14, you can apply 2 different infused injury poisons to the same weapon, though not to a piece of ammunition. Each poison's level must be 2 or more levels lower than your level. You have to apply the 2 poisons individually. Once you've applied both, the poisons merge into a double poison that uses the lower of the 2 poisons' DCs and number of stages. This double poison is virulent only if both poisons were virulent. Combine the effects for each stage of the poison on any creature affected by it. For each stage of the poison, use the effects of both poisons and the longer interval for that stage among the 2 poisons. So it's sort of like you get the best of both worlds, but you also get the worst of both worlds. But still, essentially doing double damage. Awesome. Next new feat, level 14, Mutant Innervation. Basic mutagens that affect your mind and thoughts can make you communicate telepathically, protect you from being detected, or let you communicate with anyone. While you're affected by one of the listed mutagens, you get an additional benefit. Cognitive mutagen. You also gain the mutagen's item bonus to deception, diplomacy, intimidation, medicine, nature, performance, religion, and survival checks. In addition, you can communicate telepathically with creatures within 60 feet with whom you share a language. The communication is 2-way once you establish it, so a creature you contact can also communicate with you. I'm glad they put that little detail in there, because that's important. Otherwise, you're just shouting at people in their head, which is probably really annoying. Serene Mutagen. Detection, revelation, and scrying effects of 9th rank or 17th level or lower detect nothing from you or your possessions and auras. For instance, detect magic would still detect other magic in the area, but not any magic on you. Now remember, this is 14th level, so you're getting into some really powerful shit. That's useful at this level. Silver Tongue Mutagen. Ignore circumstance penalties you would take to deception, diplomacy, intimidation, and performance checks. In addition, your words transcend linguistic barriers. Everyone listening to you speak hears your words as if you were speaking in their own language. Though you don't actually speak that language, nor does this ability allow you to understand any additional languages. Special. If you can be under the effects of multiple mutagens with a mutagenist greater field discovery, for example, you get all relevant benefits. Okay. Next new feat. There's only 2 left. 20th level. Yeah, right from 14th to 20th. Alchemical Revivification. If you die while under the effect of at least one elixir, the alchemical compounds in your bloodstream bring you back to life at the start of your next turn. You're affected by an elixir of rejuvenation, then a true elixir of life, then your choice of a major bestial mutagen, major juggernaut mutagen, or major quicksilver mutagen, as though you just imbibed it. That's freaking awesome. These automatic reactions don't get any special benefits you add when creating or using these items. Because you died, you actually have to die. All other alchemical compounds in your bloodstream are inert. After being revived, you're temporarily immune to alchemical rejuvenation for 1d4 hours. This is 20th level, I can't die. Cool. Next and last new feat, level 20, Mega Bomb. You can, okay, so it has the additive and manipulate traits. You can add a highly explosive additive to an alchemical bomb to turn it into a mega bomb. Throwing this bomb takes a 2-action activity instead of a strike. This isn't a strike, and you don't make an attack roll. The mega bomb explodes in a 30-foot burst within 60 feet. It deals damage as if each creature were the primary target with a basic reflex save. On a failed save, a creature also takes any extra effects that affect a primary target, such as off guard from bottled lightning. Though all targets in the area take splash damage as primary targets, there is no further splash beyond that area. Essentially, this is like turning any bomb you have into Pyronite that's better than Pyronite. So you just add Pyronite to your bombs. Great. Cool. On to the Alchemist Multiclass Archetype, starting with the dedication. The reason I want to go over this as well is because the Alchemist feats and how the advanced alchemy works is different with the archetype, and it matters to know, especially if you're going to be dipping into Alchemist, obviously. Level 2 feat, Alchemist dedication. It has the traits, archetype, dedication, multiclass. Prerequisites, intelligence +2. Same thing as before. You put your alchemical interest into practice. You become trained in alchemical bombs, the alchemist class DC, and crafting. If you were already trained in crafting, you instead become trained in a skill of your choice. All that's the same as before this book. You gain the quick alchemy benefits, page 174, creating up to 4 versatile vials during your daily preparations. Now, this is not the advanced alchemy you start with at the beginning of the day. This is the versatile vials that you can change throughout the day, if you have the ability to do so. Add the formulas for 4 additional common alchemical items to your formula book, in addition to those you gain from alchemical crafting. Notice nowhere here did it say that the level of your advanced alchemy is lower. That was the case pre-remaster, but it's raised now, and there are no feats to increase it to your level. It's just your level. That's great. So you only start with 4 versatile vials, but they're your level. So cool. Advanced alchemy, level 4 feat. Prerequisites, I'm not going to read that, it's alchemist dedication. You gain the advanced alchemy benefits, also from page 174, and you can create 4 alchemical consumables during your daily preparation. Because this is an archetype, the way the advanced alchemy and quick alchemy work for the multiclass archetype is very specific and is different than the alchemist, so I need to read those sections as well. Alchemical archetypes. Some archetypes give you the ability to use alchemy in a similar manner to an alchemist and say that you get the advanced alchemy benefits or quick alchemy benefits. Advanced alchemy benefits. You gain the alchemical crafting feat, if you don't already have it. In addition, you gain advanced alchemy, which allows you to create a certain number of infused alchemical consumables each day during your daily preparations without the normal cost or time expenditure, as described on page 58. If you gain advanced alchemy from more than one source, use the highest number of alchemical consumables per day, rather than adding them together, but you can make items of any type allowed by any of your advanced alchemy abilities. For instance, Herbalist Dedication lets you create 4 alchemical consumables with the healing trait, and Poisoner Dedication lets you create 4 alchemical poison consumables. If you had both feats, you could create 4 total consumables, but they could be any combination of healing and poison items. I didn't find this clarity before this book came out, so now it's really clear that Herbalist is mostly useless, because Alchemist is just better. Except the poultice thing. Herbalist just isn't that great anymore. Quick alchemy benefits. You gain the alchemical crafting feat, if you don't already have it. In addition, you gain the quick alchemy action, page 59. which lets you create short-lived alchemical consumables with a special action, and you can create a certain number of versatile vials during your daily preparations to fuel quick alchemy. Unless otherwise noted, you can't regain versatile vials throughout the day the way alchemists can. The individual archetype tells you how many versatile vials you can create each day and might impose special restrictions or benefits for how you can use them. If you gain versatile vials from more than one source, you use the highest number of vials to determine your maximum rather than adding them together, but you can use the vials for any quick alchemy option or other use of versatile vials you possess. Now, the multi-class archetype for Alchemist does not give you a research field. So when we refer to quick alchemy and the options that it has, you can still create, with an action, an alchemical item that is a bomb that lasts until the end of your turn. But because you don't have a research field, you can't choose what your research field would give you for that bomb to be a replacement. So you can't choose healing elixir because you're not a chirurgeon. It's just a bomb. Which I guess is useful. You always have a bomb. It's interesting and weird. I wish you could pick a research field. But okay. It's an archetype. I get it. So now, so far, I just gotta say, look at that Noel. Look how happy she is. She's just so thrilled. I got a bottle. Anyway, so far, if we take the second level feat, Alchemist Dedication for the archetype, and the fourth level feat, Advanced Alchemy, you can create 4 alchemical consumables during your daily preparations, so you have to choose those at the outset of the day. And now, also at the outset of the day, you create 4 miscellaneous versatile vials that you can then change later with quick alchemy into other things that you know. And because you have quick alchemy, you can just spend an action whenever to create a bomb that you can throw. It's just acid, but you always have a weapon, no matter what other class you took. If you take this, you always have a flask of acid on hand. Or, infinite. Now, next archetype feat in the Alchemist archetype, Basic Concoction, level 4 feat, just like before. It allows you to take a first or second level Alchemist feat. Now, when you take Basic Concoction at 4th level, you can take second level feat from Alchemist, right? So how about you take Improved Admixture? It's a level 2 feat, 1 action. I read it to you before, but here it goes. Has the Concentrate Manipulate traits, frequency once per day. Requirements: you have fewer than your maximum number of versatile vials and you're either holding or wearing an Alchemist toolkit. You scrounge together enough ingredients from what's left in your Alchemist toolkit to produce a few more versatile vials on the fly. Attempt a crafting check, blah blah blah. Critical success, you get back 3 versatile vials. This is the only way as a multi-class archetype that you can get back versatile vials. Of course you're going to take this. Okay, so let's go back to the archetype. Next, we'll go to level 6 feat for the archetype. Advanced Concoction. Prerequisites: Basic Concoction. You gain 1 Alchemist feat for the purpose of meeting its prerequisite. Your Alchemist level is equal to half your character level. Just like before. But I would wait to take this until 8th level, because then you can take Efficient Alchemy. Efficient Alchemy is the 4th level feat that, thanks to the time you've spent studying and experimenting, you know how to scale your formulas into larger batches that don't require any additional attention. Increase the number of items you can create each day with Advanced Alchemy to 6 plus your intelligence modifier. You have Advanced Alchemy. This functions correctly. I don't think it's working as intended, but it's working as written. So instead of 4 things that you can create at the beginning of the day, you have 6 plus your intelligence modifier. You more than doubled it. That's great. With 1 feat. Of course this is great and perfect and kosher. I would allow it because it's in the book. It's hard to argue because it's the way it's written. Also, in addition, when you craft alchemical consumables during downtime, you can produce twice as many alchemical items in a single batch without spending additional preparatory time. For instance, if you were creating elixirs of life, you can craft up to 8 elixirs in a single batch using downtime rather than 4. This doesn't change the amount of alchemical reagents or other ingredients required to craft each item, nor does it change your rate of progress for days past the base downtime spent. This is the perfect multi-class archetype feat to take. Efficient Alchemy. Take it. Yes, I'm a cheesy bastard. Fuck it. Because fuck it, that's why. Next feat, really the previous feat, level 6, because you're going to wait till level 8 to take advanced concoction. So level 6, voluminous vials. Prerequisites, expert in crafting. Your number of versatile vials per day increases to 5. That's all it does. At 12th level or higher, you can select this feat a second time to increase your number of versatile vials per day to 6. At 18th, you can take it again to improve it to 7. This is not worth it. It's 1 more. You already have 4. Getting 1 more is not a big deal. I mean, maybe if you started with 1, then yes, I would take this to go to 5, but who cares? It's just not worth the feat. Okay, next feat. Level 12, Alchemical Power. This requires that you have Master in Crafting. You become an expert in the Alchemist class DC. When you create an infused alchemical item that allows a saving throw, you can change its DC to your class DC. Cool. That matters a lot. Making the DC your own DC instead of the DC of the base item. The Alchemist Archetype, while I thought, screwed you, because it only allows for a lower number of things per day, there are 2 ways around it. So the archetype is great. It does completely fuck Herbalist, though. Because why would you take Herbalist when you can take this? There's no reason. And Herbalist did not get improved. I checked. Yep. So, no. The only reason I would take Herbalist at this point is just for poultices. And oh well. You can just take other alchemy feats. So I'm rewriting my NPC in the live stream. There's no reason for him to be an herbalist. Not like the 3 or 4 or 5 feats I put into it. Alright, so now you have my 2 cents about the Alchemist and the Alchemist Multiclass Archetype. So overall, the Alchemist is a little less pre-planning. However, if you still want its maximum capability, you still have to know all of the alchemical items in the game, or look them up, or have a separate little field guide at your desk just sitting there telling you what to take that day. But for beginners, the versatile vials are nice, because like with teaching somebody how to play a barbarian, you can just be like, you should just hit with that thing that's your basic thing that you can do. But I'm a poisoner. Okay, well, do you have something ready to poison? No. Do you have poison picked out? No. Okay, well, you can create acid and throw it, and it does poison or acid. Great! They feel useful. And I think that's what they were going for when they changed the Alchemist. It seems a little pointless, but it did make it more versatile during the adventure, during the game day. So, like, it seems like it is more useful for newbies and actually more useful than it was for experienced players. Because they can do tricky shit with changing their versatile vials throughout the day. I like it. It's definitely more powerful. It's cool. It's cool. So thank you for joining me for the Alchemist from Player Core 2. I'm going to be trying to do a video every day for Player Core 2 until the end of the month, and then it comes out on the 1st. It might be the 3rd. Not sure yet. It's supposed to be the 1st. Could be delayed because Gen Con. Anyway, if you have a specific request about what you want to hear about next for Player Core 2, let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here. Thank you especially if you're a patron. I couldn't do this without you guys. If you want to be a patron, you'll have a chance to win something like this once a month. Loot pick somebody that he likes especially for that month. He likes them especially. Or if you want to just join a Discord to chat with us, link's down there too. The link to get this book is also down there, obviously. So click here to see the rest of the videos in this playlist, or if you want to check out the Howl of the Wild playlist I made previously, 21 videos there. Go look at that. Thank you for being here.